All right, welcome to this new moon report for February 18th. My name is Athen. So we have the new moon in Aquarius today, and this is the subtle energy of feeling into this new Aquarius energy of contribution, of giving, of being of service, of tapping into our true unique selves. Because when we do tap into our true selves, that's what we want to do. We want to give, we want to contribute, we want to be a part of the community, we want to get active here. And there is this tinge of activeness of this whole lunar cycle, because the new moon is going to be semi-sextiling up to Mars, and it's the only aspect that's forming up to this new moon. So it's really bringing out that Mars energy of initiating, moving forward, and it's semi-sextile, so it's a slight opportunity and it is a learning process, but the energy is there nonetheless. But it is a time of reflecting, so just thinking about how perhaps you can contribute, how you can perhaps give more, perhaps through your work or joining the community, supporting your local community, sharing the message, helping the global shifts of the world right now that are transforming. This new moon is leading into next month, where we're going to have the full moon in Leo, which is going to play a big role with the whole Uranus-Pluto square energy. In March, we have the last aspect of this, which is a final culmination of a lot of these shifts and changes that are happening in the world. And of course, the co-ruler of Aquarius is Uranus, which is a part of this. So what we're implementing now, we want to think about the big stuff, the big changes that are happening in the world, and perhaps how we can be a part of that and give back to it in some way, or to continue to do that more. And once we have that full moon, it's going to bring about a lot of this Aquarius energy to the forefront, and that's going to assist a lot of these transformations and changes, not just in the global sense, but for us individually as well. And that's what the world needs too, is more people getting active and involved in their local communities, or in their national communities, or with the world, the global community, whatever it is. So reflecting on these types of things, how to get more involved, and perhaps supporting and giving more. It could be through your work or anything like this, but it is the time to think about it, and I feel like the seeds being planted now are going to play a much larger role as the lunar cycle continues. Now, one energy about this too is the fact that Uranus is in Pisces, okay? So this is about going with the flow. That Mars is in Pisces too. It's about spirituality here. It's about compassion. It's about coming from the heart center, from the now moment. And so it's a good thing to remember here is going with the flow, having that Piscean attitude about the whole thing, listening to your intuition, and having that compassion in action, you see. Now Saturn, which is the traditional ruler of Aquarius, is in Scorpio. So this is about transparency. It's about being open and raw and truthful with our friends, with our community, and opening up and perhaps coming out of the shell a little bit. Because Scorpio is it's a scorpion. It lives in the hole, lives in the ground, but it comes out. And so it's about opening up and being more transparent with those around us, and taking power back too. Taking the power back of being your true self, and in this sense, wanting to give and contribute once you've accessed that freedom, you see. So very raw, very truthful, very dynamic in many ways with Saturn in Scorpio right now. Now, while this is happening, we do have Saturn sextiling up to Mercury, so there is this rational understanding, a good realistic perspective during this whole lunar cycle, but mostly this week, of just seeing the reality of things. So we're able to see things very clearly right now in terms of how things actually are. So utilize that as well. That's a Mercury supporting up to the ruler of this lunar cycle, helping us see the practical side and how we can implement these things, not just in our heads and being aloof, but actually putting it into grounded practice, you see. All right, so let's go and draw a card and see what Spirit has in store for us for this lunar cycle. Okay, Neptune. Well, Neptune is in Aquarius. Now, he is a little bit far away. He's not aspecting up to it, but Neptune's been transiting Aquarius for a long time. And what is this about? It's about spiritual freedom. Just same thing, Neptune in Aquarius is very much like this Uranus and Uranus and Pisces energy. It's just flipped. So this is accessing the now moment and accessing your true spiritual core. And it all happens by going with the flow, right? So when we step into this Neptunian energy, we access. And when we step into this compassion and presence, we access this freedom. So perhaps it's a reminder from Spirit to continue to go with the flow, ride the wave, ride the rivers and the flow of the universe and be guided by our intuition, which is Neptune, be guided by our hearts and our compassion. And I think that will help pave the way for this new moon energy. All right, have a great lunar cycle, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you again so much for all of your support. If you'd like a personal reading, please get in touch. Do share these videos. If you'd like a unique take on this new moon and where it's transiting in your chart, do watch the weeklies for your particular sign. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care.